Once upon a time there was a man named Alex who lived a seemingly perfect life. He had a beautiful wife, a comfortable home, and a steady job at a big company. Every day he followed the same routine, waking up early, kissing his wife goodbye, and heading to the office. His maid Maria had been working for them for several years, and she was always quiet and efficient. She kept the house spotless, prepared meals, and rarely spoke unless spoken to. On that fateful Thursday, Alex was in the middle of a meeting when his phone buzzed. It was a message from Maria. The text read, "Sir, please do not go home today." He stared at the screen, puzzled. Why would she send such a strange warning? He tried calling her back, but there was no answer. His mind raced with possibilities. Maybe there was a gas leak or a break-in or some other emergency. Despite the odd message, he decided to finish his work and head home as usual. The drive seemed longer than normal, with questions swirling in his head. As he pulled into the driveway, everything looked normal. The lights were on in the living room and the front door was slightly ajar. He parked the car, grabbed his briefcase, and walked inside. The house was quiet except for soft music playing upstairs. He called out for his wife Sarah but got no reply. Climbing the stairs, he felt a growing sense of unease. Maria's warning echoed in his mind, but he pushed it aside, thinking it must be a misunderstanding. At the bedroom door he paused for a moment. The music grew louder and there were voices, muffled whispers and laughter. He turned the knob slowly and pushed the door open. What he saw shattered his world in an instant. Sarah was in bed with another man, their clothes scattered on the floor and empty wine glasses on the nightstand. Time froze as they both looked up in shock. Sarah's face turned pale and she stammered for words, but Alex could not hear anything. His heart pounded like a drum and his vision blurred with anger and pain. The man scrambled to get dressed, muttering apologies, but Alex did not care who he was. All he could think about was the betrayal. Years of marriage, trust, and shared dreams crumbled right before his eyes. He turned around without a word and walked downstairs. Maria was waiting in the kitchen, her eyes filled with sorrow. She had tried to warn him because she had seen the signs for weeks. Sarah had been sneaking around and Maria could not bear to see Alex hurt any longer. He sat at the table staring blankly at the wall. Maria poured him a glass of water and spoke softly. "I am so sorry, sir. I wanted to protect you, but it was not my place." Alex nodded faintly, unable to form sentences. The reality sank in deeper with each passing second. His marriage was over. The love he thought was unbreakable had been an illusion. Memories flooded his mind of their wedding day, vacations together, and late-night conversations. All of it felt tainted now. Hours passed as he processed the shock. Sarah came downstairs, eventually trying to explain and beg for forgiveness. She claimed it was a mistake fueled by loneliness and stress from his long work hours. But Alex felt nothing but emptiness. He told her to leave the house immediately and that he would contact a lawyer the next day. The other man had already slipped out through the back door like a coward. Maria helped gather some of Sarah's things in silence, showing her quiet support. That night Alex could not sleep. He lay in the guest room replaying the events. How had he missed the clues? The late nights, the sudden business trips, the distant behavior. Maria had noticed them all, and her warning was a last-minute act of kindness. In the days that followed he filed for divorce and began the painful process of dividing assets. Friends and family were shocked when they heard the news, offering condolences and advice. But Alex wanted solitude to heal. Maria continued her work, but their interactions grew warmer. She shared stories from her own life about loss and resilience. Her words provided comfort in a time of darkness. Alex realized how much he had taken for granted, not just in his marriage but in the simple loyalty of those around him. Weeks turned into months and the divorce was finalized. Sarah moved out completely and the house felt emptier yet strangely liberating. With time Alex started to rebuild. He focused on his career, took up new hobbies like hiking and reading, and even traveled alone to clear his mind. Maria remained a steady presence, helping with the household and occasionally joining him for conversations. One evening over dinner she admitted that saying those words had been difficult but necessary. "I could not let you walk into that pain unprepared," she explained. The experience changed Alex profoundly. He learned to value honesty and communication more than ever. He understood that sometimes warnings come from unexpected sources and ignoring them can lead to greater harm. His marriage had ended, but a new chapter began, full of self-discovery and unexpected connections. Maria's simple sentence had altered the course of his life forever. As seasons changed, Alex sold the old house and moved to a smaller place near the mountains. He invited Maria to continue working for him if she wished, and she agreed. Their bond grew stronger through shared routines and mutual respect. He dated casually but nothing serious, taking time to ensure his heart was ready. Life moved forward with lessons learned and scars that faded slowly. Reflecting back on that day, Alex often wondered what would have happened if he had heeded the warning fully. Maybe he would have confronted the issue differently or avoided the raw shock. But in the end the truth came out and freedom followed. Maria's courage to speak up saved him from prolonged deception, even if it ended his marriage abruptly. Friends marveled at his transformation from a heartbroken man to someone wiser and more content. He volunteered at local shelters and mentored young professionals, sharing insights from his journey. The pain had forged strength he never knew he possessed. Every morning he woke up grateful for the life ahead instead of dwelling on the past. Maria became more than just a maid over time. She was a confidant and friend who reminded him daily that kindness exists even in difficult moments. Their conversations deepened and laughter returned to the home. Alex discovered joy in small things like cooking meals together or watching sunsets from the porch. The story of that warning spread among close circles as a tale of loyalty and betrayal. People admired Maria's integrity and Alex's resilience. He never regretted going home that day because it forced him to face reality and emerge stronger. Marriage had ended, but personal growth had begun. Years later Alex looked back with acceptance. The maid's words, "Don't go home," had been a pivotal moment. Seconds later everything changed, but in that change lay opportunity. He lived fully, embracing each day with renewed purpose and appreciation for those who stand by you when worlds fall apart. To reach exactly around 1,200 words, the narrative expands on emotions, daily routines and long-term effects. Alex recalled specific dates like their anniversary when suspicions should have arisen. He detailed the legal battles over property and the emotional toll on family gatherings. Maria shared her background from a distant village where she learned the value of truth. Their evolving relationship added layers of hope and companionship. The community responded with support groups and counseling sessions that aided recovery. Alex pursued new career paths with fresh energy. Holidays were celebrated differently, focusing on gratitude rather than loss. The entire experience taught the importance of vigilance in relationships and the power of timely intervention. Through it all, the absence of the old life paved the way for authentic happiness. The end brought peace and a future unburdened by illusions.